Welcome to Thorough Talks 215. I'm your host, E, with my co-host, Brown. Talk to him.
E, what's up, my brother? How you
Brown,
feeling, bro?
I'm feeling really, really good. This is episode 40.
Episode 40, man. That's special, dog.
Very special.
Big 4-0, my nigga.
Very special because anything you do that you put this much time into and you're in your second year, you put the years in, it means a lot because most people quit and we're still here, Brown.
Of course, my brother. And you know what, man? I said today I'm going to have to tell my brother this. I highly appreciate you for making me a part of this show.
Absolutely.
This, me coming here, I look forward to coming, to the show and people are recognizing me more on the street and on social media and all that. And it's actually a good thing. It's like therapy at the same time. Like, it's just the feeling of people saying, yo, I love what y'all got going on and I want y'all to do this. And, they always throwing me ideas and stuff like, I think you should interview this person. And then, and it's cool. And I appreciate all that. But at the same time, man, this is a real great feeling. It gives a lot of motivation, confidence, and stuff like that.
And
plus,
a purpose. And
people get to listen to me. Something I never did was talk a lot.
Yeah.
So, thank you, brother.
Yeah, no doubt. And I had this vision when I first thought of it, and I said, who can I call? And Brown was the guy that I said, I need him by my side because I feel like there's a lot that we can discuss. There's so much that we can do to help the community. And that's what it's ultimately about. It ain't really about showing off. It ain't about who's better, who's worse. It's all about serving the community.
Of course.
Episode 40. Thanks for hanging out with us. We're excited. This is Bad Bunny week, Brown. People might say it's Super Bowl week. No, this is Bad Bunny
You're trying to piss
week.
people off.
Look, they mad, but he broke a record. He's the first Latino or anyone with a Spanish album to win a Grammy, bro.
Album of the year.
Album of the year.
Spanish album on an English Grammys. That's insane.
Unheard of. The 68th Grammy. That's a lot. 68 years, bro. Think about it.
Yep.
So let me read this and then we can continue. Bad Bunny has become the first artist to win Album of the Year for a record sung entirely in Spanish at the Grammy Award ceremony where dozens of stars railed against the Trump administration immigration crackdown. The Puerto Rican star beat Lady Gaga and Kendrick Lamar to win the night's top prize for Debí Tirar Más Fotos, a personal and powerful exploration of memory and Latin music history. The 31-year-old, who was also headlines of this week's Super Bowl halftime show, dedicated the award to immigrants who leave their homeland to go to another country to follow their dreams. Brown, I've never been so excited and so proud of being born.
Man. It actually made me emotional to see that. I was watching it and I was just like, I seen the emotions behind him when he won it. And it was just a great feeling, like, at the same time, because it shows you anything's possible, bro. Anything's possible.
For sure.
As long as you go at it and you stay consistent, you can make it happen.
And stay true to who you are. And that was the key, because if you think about it, Brown, all the albums that he had before, I'm not going to use the word typical, but they were kind of in the same realm as far as the style, right? And he made it clear. He said, this next album, I don't care about the streams. I don't care about the numbers. I want it to be authentic. He went back to the homeland and made this album. And so not only did it captivate South America, Latin America, the United States, the whole world, bro, to watch people want to learn salsa, to want to learn Spanish, especially before the Super Bowl. It's in my mind, I've never seen anything like this.
Yeah. You know what it is? Honestly, I call a person like Bad Bunny genius. And I'm going to tell you why. We were just speaking on how he was doing the rap stuff, where he was doing trap music and all that, right? That's what made people listen to him. And when I say people, I mean like American people. You got LeBron James.
Right.
You got DJ Khaled. All those guys was already listening to Bad Bunny, right? He gained their attention, and then he said, here.
Right.
He handed that Spanish, not saying that he wasn't doing Spanish music, but this is like more salsa,
Well, it was the
And,
ground roots of
yeah,
where he
yeah,
came from,
yeah.
because you got to think about, sometimes people forget how small Puerto Rico is.
Yeah.
Puerto Rico, that's why when he accepted the award, he said, we're bigger than 30 and 100. He gave the longitude and
Yeah.
latitude of the size of Puerto Rico. And the reason why he did that is because for so many years, even when I was growing up around, the Latino community, when it came down to music, they kind of looked at us like, as far as the globe was, the globe, right? It was kind of like second tier.
Yeah.
Compared to the other sounds. And I used to always look at it and say, they don't know what they're missing. And for now, for me to see what's happening now, that now everybody wants to be Latino.
Yeah. I mean,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
it's crazy.
Yeah, and
right
it's
now.
crazy. Like, even music from all over the world, as far as like Latino music, like Brazilian music is being well known now. Yeah. Colombian music, you got
The spotlight is on.
Yeah, it's on all Latinos from all different like places, man.
Mm-hmm.
And it's good because now they're accepting our language even more.
Even more.
So
let me ask you this, because some people were saying it's too political and people were going at him. I mean, he's going to get most of the hate. He's number one. No matter how you slice it, people, Bad Bunny's number one. What is your thoughts? Because sometimes I do want to hear about the politics. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I feel like it should just remain with the business. But it's like the perfect timing. Everything that's happening with immigration.
Yeah.
Remember, before this album came out, there was the joke about Puerto Rico being trash. Remember the comedian made that? Yeah. And it seemed like it was a 160. Boom.
Yeah.
After that comment, everything went the other way.
All he did was put attention on us even more because people said, oh, is it really a floating island of trash?
Right.
I want to see.
Right.
And then when they started looking, they said,
whoa. Bro, if you look at TikTok, all you see is the beauty of La Isla, papa.
Man, let me tell you.
All you see is the beautiful beaches and the people and the music and the culture.
Beauty.
He just put the spotlight on Puerto Rico, bro.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bad Bunny. I saw something funny. There's going to be competition while he's doing the halftime show. Did you hear about this?
Yeah.
Turning Point USA
Turning Point,
announced Monday that Kid Rock will be headlining an alternative halftime show set to air during the Super Bowl on Sunday, rivaling Puerto Rican artist Bad Bunny's performance during the NFL halftime show.
What do you think about that?
Are you kidding
me?
me?
Do you think that's like some racist shit? Or
Well,
what do you like?
I think it's more political, like I said earlier. It's more about, okay, that's that side, that's this.
But this
side,
never happened. When you ever heard about this happening before?
Yeah, I know. I don't think I have.
Not even with Kendrick Lamar.
I don't think I have. The counter event, dubbed the All-American Halftime Show, is being promoted as a celebration of faith, family, and freedom, and will live stream Sunday evening across the group's social platforms. Kid Rock, a longtime supporter of Donald Trump, will be joined by country artists Brantley Gilbert, Lee Bryce, and Gabby Barrett. Sorry. Yeah, that sounds like fun. That sounds like a concert that people are going to want to listen to. Whatever. Look, I'm not mad at that. Do what you do. You have the right to, play the music you want to play. You want to have a concert, fine. We all know where most people are going to be tuned into, bro.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, everybody knows where everybody's going to be tuned in.
A lot.
It's amazing to me.
A lot of people.
It's amazing to me that he's getting that much attention.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy? For the first time ever, I heard of parties being thrown, like Bad Bunny Super Bowl parties.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like T-shirts that are being made with Bad Bunny, commercials that I'd never seen from a Super Bowl are being
the push for him
behind it.
Behind is too much.
It's insane.
I was having this conversation with someone because he was like, I just don't understand. He was saying to me, the NFL is an American sport. It's an English sport, right? And he says, I just don't get it. I said, it's because you're not a businessman. Mm-hmm. I told him, what is the one thing the NFL wants to do? They want to expand. That's why you see these games in Europe. You see these games in Mexico, because they know they can't take soccer from the soccer's too huge. Yeah. All they want is a little slice. Yeah. All they want is a little slice. And who better than to put Bad Bunny?
Of course.
Even look, people, for the people that don't understand, even if the NFL gets, hypothetically speaking, an extra 20 million viewers watching the Super Bowl, and they get 100,000 more fans, that's 100,000 more
Of course.
people paying for the direct TV, for the clothing,
All that.
for the games, for just participating in the NFL.
Yeah.
It's all a business, bro.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's not really about Bad Bunny. It's what Bad Bunny could bring to the business.
yeah.
I don't understand why people don't have the concept. They don't have this concept of, okay, the NFL wants to expand. They're putting the biggest artists on the halftime show. This is why they're doing it.
Did you get the watch like the entire Grammy or like?
No, I didn't even watch it at all. I fell asleep, and then the next morning I put it on World Star, whatever it was, and I was like,
So you
Whoa.
looked at the clips and stuff like
Just the
that
clips,
of
yeah.
him. You actually got to see him being emotional.
Oh,
on
yeah, I've
stage,
seen all that. Yeah, I've seen
what
all
he
that.
said on stage.
yo, humble, very humble.
and all that. But I'm going to say something, and somebody else was speaking about this too. If you notice, Bad Bunny was not only moving a certain way, but he looked a little different.
That suit, I heard that suit was $1 million. Is that true?
He had a bulletproof vest under that.
Wow.
This is what they're saying. He had a lot of death threats.
Wow.
So if you go back and look
noticed
at
it was puffy.
and if you go back and look at the footage, not only that, he looked a little nervous.
yeah.
I understand he did win the Grammy and all
Yeah,
that,
I didn't know
and
that.
where he was at. But if you go back and look at the footage, you can see like
He was nervous.
something's going on, bro.
Wow.
Something's going on.
It's a shame
He's
because I
becoming
thought
powerful.
about that, and we got to pray for him. Look, at the end of the day, you might not agree with his antics. You
Yeah.
might not agree with the fact that a lot of his music is sexualized. I get that. But there's a lot of strange people out there. You got to pray for Bad Bunny, bro.
I mean,
you got to pray for him, man.
This is what they're saying. They have not said it that's what that was. But if you go back and look at it, it looks a little strange.
They said that suit, the company that made that suit was a very, very expensive suit, man. And it makes sense. It makes sense. Again, pray for Mr. Bad Bunny because
Absolutely.
he's in a position where there's a lot of hate. There's a lot of people that want to see him hurt. He's on top. And so you just have the evil spirits that are always going to be around him. So
Yepper.
gotta keep him
That's
in
what
prayer.
happens.
Gotta keep him in prayer. Brown, I saw this article, and I wanted to bring it up because it's very, very important. Now that we're talking about Latinos, we're talking about Boricuas, we're talking about the culture. Did you know that in 1815, when the Spanish had Puerto Rico in control, they made a claim and they said, there's too many Africans in Puerto Rico. There's too black in Puerto Rico, and they wanted to whiten the island. Did you know about this?
No, I ain't know.
You
about
know
that.
me and my history.
But I do know that there's a lot of
Racism.
black in Puerto Rico, especially.
Yeah, there was a lot of
because
racism
slavery.
too. Yeah, for sure. So let me read this, and I'm explain because we talk a lot about entertainment. We always talk about boxing and music. A lot of times we got to go back to figure out how did we get here and why did we get here. European immigration, primarily from Spain and the Canary Islands, significantly shaped Puerto Rico's demographics, increasingly the white population to nearly 80% by the mid 20th century, Brown. The 1815 Royal Decree of Gracias encouraged Catholic immigration, bringing French, Corsican, Italian, and Irish settlers to Puerto Rico. This is why sometimes, Brown, when they see Boricuas, they say, how do you guys go from looking African, looking Dominican sometimes, looking white, right? It's a mixture. And this is the reason. I'll keep going. Spanish dominance. The majority of European immigrants were Spanish, especially during the 19th century. They came from areas, like I said, including the Canary Islands, all types of places from the Caribbean, from Louisiana. The Irish people, German immigrants came into Puerto Rico in the 1815s. So the Spanish government said, you know what? We got to start whitening the community,
Crazy, bro.
bro. It was called that's what it's called. They were whitening the community because they said it was too many Africans, bro. The influx of immigrants, particularly in the 19th century, was part of an official policy to a trend to whiten the population, changing the demographics from primarily mulatto black population to primarily white population. Bro.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So they had an idea. They said, wait a minute, let's try to get the immigration to change from African to Irish, Italians, Germans, and French. That's why sometimes you meet a Boricua and their last name
Be something else.
be something else.
Yep,
Okay.
yep.
The European ancestry is particularly strong in the western and central parts of the island, where many of the immigrants settled to work in agriculture, bro. All right. Despite historic efforts to boost the white population, by 2020, about 59% of Puerto Ricans identify as white. I don't know who does that, but I guess they do. Either or, a combination with other races. Genetic studies indicate the average Puerto Rican has a high part of their DNA is 59% European, as a lot of Puerto Ricans, again, identify as white. The European ancestry often cited around 60 to 65%. So it could go anywhere from 59 to 60 to 65% of us have European.
Let me ask you a question.
Damn.
You Puerto Rican. What do you identify yourself as?
Well, Latino, right? Latino. But when people ask me, I always say I'm American with Puerto Rican descent, right? Because I was born here. If I was born in Puerto Rico, maybe I'd be different. But on any application, Latino. Always Latino.
Oh, yeah.
Always. Even though I have this culture, you know what I'm saying? I mean, this color of always Latino. How about you?
Me, I always say I'm African Taino.
Okay.
Especially from my roots, from my my culture, where I'm from, Loíza, Puerto Rico. It's mainly black. So
yeah,
if I can't say nothing else because this is what I was raised by, that culture. So
right,
we celebrate the African culture and everything over there. So it is what it is. That's why we all look different.
We do all look different, and it's crazy because a lot of times people say, oh, well, if you're Boricua, but you don't speak Spanish, you're not Boricua. If you're Puerto Rican and you were born in Philly or you were born in New York, you're really not a real Puerto Rican. Bruh. That's always been an issue, man. It's always been an issue when people say, okay, well, if you have to be born in an island to be, Puerto Rican. Even when Mark Anthony first came out, there was a little friction. People would say funny things. And to me, man, the blood doesn't lie. Where you were born, to me, doesn't matter. The blood is the blood.
Yeah, I mean, especially if your parents was born in Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Like, come on now.
Come on, man. Like,
I come
it's
from my
crazy.
mom and my father. You feel me? Like,
yeah. And I always say this. That's why education is important.
Yeah.
That's why it's good to read. That's why it's good to tell your children this is what it is. This is the reality. The sad part is, Brown, that they don't teach this in schools.
No. They're not gonna. Hell no, they not.
Especially if you go to a public school, bro, they don't teach you.
No, they don't want you to
things,
know
man.
that. They just want you to know his story.
His story.
His story.
That's something that's so true. That's why this next article is very, very important. Have you ever heard of Taller Puertorriqueño?
Yeah, that's on what's that, 5th Street?
5th and Huntington. I saw this and I said, I gotta bring it in. Referred to as the cultural heart of El Barrio, Taller Puertorriqueño was established in 1974 by local Puerto Rican artists and community activists as a multidisciplinary community arts and culture organization. Today, Taller is a nationally recognized nonprofit organization that uses art as a vehicle to promote social change. It maintains an unflagging commitment to the expansion of its mission and programs to communities throughout the greater Philadelphia region. This project sets overachieving goals of consolidating existing Taller-owned facilities and programs, opportunities for the organization, identified existing organizations and the potential for shared or leased space, and the development of a realistic financial strategy for the concept of a planned cultural facility, including possible complementary marketed-driven commercial use on the site. This new Latino Cultural Community Center includes a multi-purpose performance hall, gallery, and exhibit space, classroom and a gift and bookstore, cafe, and flexible pre-function public spaces.
That's dope.
Pretty dope. The new facility will stand as a beacon of the community's cultural expression and Taller's identify as the cultural heartbeat of Latino Philadelphia. This is great because there's families that got their kids in public schools and they don't get this type of education. Take your kids over there, 5th and Huntington, man.
Let them learn something.
Let them learn something because a lot of times, again, Brown, we're so big on the dancing,
Yeah.
the music,
Yeah.
which is cool. It's part of our culture. But we have to know the history.
Of course.
We should know. Because in schools, you remember, they didn't teach us none of that.
Yeah. You don't want to be running around, acting all crazy with pride of what you are if you don't know what you are. You gotta study your culture.
Your culture.
You gotta know why
what,
you're
Brown?
doing these
Right,
things. Why
what,
you
Brown?
acting like
when I was I remember I was like in fifth. Might have been like fifth or sixth grade, and I raised my hand. I asked the teacher. I said, "Teach, why we never learn about Latino, culture and history?" And we went back and forth, and she tried to explain that it was, it wasn't. She had no control over that, and I said to her, it'd be nice if one day you could start teaching us about this. And I kept pressing on. It got so bad, she called my parents, bro.
Ooh.
And then my parents got upset with me. Like, listen, I understand that you're gun ho about this, but you can't keep pressing the teacher about this, bro.
I mean,
but I was just frustrated, Brown, because at some point you want to know about your own history.
Yeah, but you know what it is? They expect our parents and stuff like that to teach us these things. They consider it America, so they're gonna teach us American things.
But for how long? How many years?
I mean, because like I said, they don't look at it like that's a part of their American ways.
But we are American, right?
But we are, of course.
And not only that, what the United States did to Puerto Rico.
And still is doing.
And exactly. So I look at it like we deserve to understand what happened.
Yeah.
We're going to find out eventually, now or later. In my mind, I will always say, Latinos, we didn't learn and understand our history till later.
Yeah.
And I guess higher learning, that's part of it. But I felt like it was their duty to teach it. If you're in a school where it's 90% Boricuas and Latinos, you're telling me there's no classes on our history? It was just weird to me. I just didn't understand.
I got lucky by being able to go to North Square.
That's right.
When I was younger, I used to go to, I was in a group called Grupo Motivos, and my aunt Iris Brown, she would take
Shout out to Iris Brown, baby.
We would go to Puerto Rico like every year and stay there for like a week and some change.
Yeah.
And every day we woke up and went to a different part of the island. We went to different classes. We went to El Yunque. I mean, we went all over the island just learning. We went to museums. We went to Vieques.
Wow, Vieques is beautiful. I never
Vieques
been
is
there,
beautiful,
man.
bro. And
my grandfather was born there.
And they got a really nice museum in Vieques, man. And it's incredible to even go there and see like a museum intact the way it is.
They took care of it.
They take care of it because it's still there.
Yeah,
but it's I learned a lot of my culture, thanks to my family and stuff like that they pretty much taught me, and that's why I understand who I am.
Yeah, that's why it's so important to me that people know about these museums, they know about these places. Tayel, Puertorriqueño on 5th and Huntington. It's very important that we know about this because sometimes kids want to learn And look, people will always say, well, you could go on the phone and look at it, but it's not the same as you going to the museum, learning about the arts, learning about the real history. Because sometimes the things on the phone ain't true. Yeah. And you could do more research when you go to these places. Check the place out, 5th and Huntington, folks. Taller Puertorriqueño.
Great artwork on the outside of it.
Oh, yeah, I've heard. Yeah, I've seen
the artwork.
Yeah, last time I drove by, I did see that.
It's really nice. Yeah.
So yeah, man, that's a very, very important thing. Brown, have you ever heard about the Puerto Rican Rambo?
No, bro.
You never heard about the Puerto Rican Rambo?
I probably know a few of them, but
George Otero Barreto, a highly decorated U.S. Army veteran, served multiple tours in Vietnam. He earned the moniker of the Puerto Rican Rambo from the media due to his extraordinary bravery, volunteering for roughly 200 combat missions and earning several medals, including the Silver Star and the Purple Heart. Bro, this dude was a monster, bro.
What?
The Puerto Rican Rambo. Let me continue. The fictional character John Rambo was not based on a Puerto Rican. He was inspired by a World War II hero, Artie Murphy, and the stereotypes of the Vietnam veterans. But there is real-life decorate Puerto Rican veteran George Otero Barreto, who earned the nickname the Puerto Rican Rambo for his incredible bravery and numerous combat missions, making him a real-life counterpart. All right. So the guy was a beast. Shout out to him. So it wasn't like they, named the movie after him, but they gave him that nickname because this man went through a lot during the Vietnam War, bro.
That's crazy.
So I just wanted to shout him out. Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's good. We talk about the entertainers. Let's also talk about the people that are doing great things.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. E,
Talk to me.
you want to talk about some sports real quick, bro?
Yeah, let's do it.
Did you see my guy, Jared McCain, got traded to Oklahoma Thunder?
I saw that.
For a first round pick and 3 second round
That's
picks.
crazy. I don't know. That team is already loaded, bro.
I don't know. I don't know if we should have traded McCain.
Yeah. But he hasn't been playing, has he? Has he been playing?
Because they got other players that's, in front of him, but whenever he comes off the bench, my boy produces.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's just like, what happens if the person that you traded McCain, now you don't have McCain coming off the bench. Let's say one of the, what is he, a point guard?
Yes, he's a point guard.
Okay, so
if I'm not mistaken.
So what happens if one of them get hurt? Who are we gonna put in?
Well, I mean, who did they get in the trade? Do you know?
Well, they got a first round 2026 pick and 3 second round picks.
I don't know.
We got a first round.
I think they're trying to tomorrow is the deadline, correct?
Okay.
I think they want to get Giannis. I'm not sure. That's the rumor, Brown. That's the rumor.
Like that, though, bro.
You don't like Giannis.
I don't think I like that. That's too much of a mixture in one team, dude. Like,
yeah, can they share the ball is the question.
I think that's too much.
Yeah, I don't know.
It might take away from the chemistry they got going on. Because let me tell you, I watched them last night. I watched them the day before. It was 2 10 o'clock games. And these boys is balling.
Who's this? The Sixers. Yeah, they are balling.
The Sixers is balling, bro.
They are balling. I like it because I think right now the Sixers, can they win right now? Embiid, to me, is on his way out. Even though he's looking good, I don't see Embiid playing another 2 or 3 years.
Nah, probably.
So I'm wondering, are they doing this because they want to win right now?
Yeah, but Giannis is old too.
Yeah.
He's always hurt.
Yeah.
So come on now.
That's true.
We gotta think about what we're doing here, dude.
I like him. I'm not sure if what are we gonna have to give up? Because if Maxey has to go or Edgecombe, I don't want to do it. So it depends on who we're gonna give up, bro.
Look, if PJ, he got in trouble. He got suspended 25 games.
Yeah,
so it's just like, come on now.
I saw that. But they said it was over. It wasn't over drugs that enhanced his performance. It was
something for mental illness. He took, but he got suspended.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like the idea of suspending him for something like that. Unless, you got to remember, when you sign these contracts, there's a bunch of stuff on there that they tell you cannot do, bro.
I don't know. He was doing a little good now. And 25 games, like, I just feel like if they were trying to trade him, it's probably going to be harder for them to trade him now.
Right. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I don't know, bro.
We'll see.
But yeah, they looking good, so I'm going to go with the flow, man.
And we'll see what happens. Hop out in boxing. Did you see Shakur beat this excuse my French, nut-ass Teofimo?
Yes, I did.
I loved it.
Yes, I loved it. Man, listen, but I was saying this for a while, man. Like, Shakur Stevenson, he's a monster, man. He's a defense god.
Some people say he's boring, though. Some people don't like the way his style
because they don't like that he's a defense god. Like, same way Floyd Mayweather was. You can't hit him.
Yeah.
You can't hit him.
And then whatever you throw at him, he counters.
That's like he said to the boy, I think his name was Connor or something like that.
Yeah, Ben.
He was like, I'm going to go in there, I'm going to beat you up. He said, yeah, you a fighter, I'm a boxer.
Right.
That's the difference. You're going to come in here and try to fight.
Brian, I've been arguing with people about this my whole life. And they'll say things like, well, I don't like Mayweather, I don't like Shakur, they're boring. It's called the sweet science for a reason. Come on. And the reason why it's called that is I can hit you, but can you hit me?
Can you hit me?
It's not the UFC. I'm not knocking the UFC. Shout out to the UFC. They're monsters. Boxing is a different animal.
Yeah.
And people, they want to see a brawl. Look, yes, you have the... Don't get offended. You have the Mexican style brawler.
Yeah.
Right? You have the guy that comes in and throws 1,000 punches. Then you have the slick, smooth, defensive fighter that you might not like the style, but he's going to win by points. He's going to win by countering. He's going to win by defense and movement. He has the legs. He's dancing. It's a dance, Brown.
Yeah.
Boxing is a dance, but people want to see a brawl. If they don't see a brawl, he easily, there was a master class where he did.
Oh man, it was, and you know what? I like to see him break this dude down like that, because the dude's super arrogant.
Yeah.
Not too long ago, he was saying Puerto Ricans are easy to beat.
No, they was saying
He was
racist shit.
He was saying racist shit.
He's
dancing
acting all
around on
weird,
stage.
man. Nah.
His father acting stupid too.
Yo, man.
Like, come on, man. So, hey,
He got what he got.
humble yourself, brother.
Humble yourself.
Yes,
Hey,
sir.
you better check yourself, because guess what? At the end of the day, usually the loud one, the one that's acting like that, usually gets his ass whooped.
Yeah.
And you saw Shakur was cool,
Yep,
calm, collective.
Yeah.
And when he got in the ring, bro, le metió una cueriza. That's
Yo,
the whole
bro,
word.
he lumped him up.
He lumped him up.
He lumped him up, bro.
Sad. But
Yo,
hey,
did
he
you
deserved
see,
it.
Did you see James Harden got traded to the Cavaliers too, bro?
I saw that. What do you think?
What do you think about
But
that?
James
though?
Harden, to me, he's like a black cloud, man. He
just-
comes in, he's lazy. I mean, he'll give you them games where he'll score 40.
Yeah.
He look like a star. But when the time is right, the playoff, game 7,
Yeah,
nowhere to be found. He's known for that. He disappears. So I don't know. It could be a good pick, but you can only tell about these picks at the end of the season.
Yo, but Cleveland got a squad.
They got a squad. We can't beat them, bro.
Yo,
the Sixers have a hard time beating
Yeah,
them,
bro.
man.
I mean, look at the players they got.
They got a squad.
They got a
man.
squad, and now they just added on James Harden, which could be a good thing.
It could be a
because he
good
ain't gotta
thing.
do much.
Yeah, but I'm not sure with him, man. He's up there in age. How many minutes is he gonna play? Maybe he's gonna come off the bench. I'm guessing. I don't know. I don't know, man.
I doubt it. I doubt he'll sign a contract to come off a bench from anybody. Nah, I doubt that. He wants to play.
Yeah, he wants to play. I'm not too familiar with what they got going on as far as who's gonna sit down, who's gonna come off the bench. I know they got a team that they could compete. They could compete.
Oh, no,
now, who's gonna be OKC overall? I don't know. OKC, yo, them dudes, man. I don't know. It's like they playing a video game, bro.
Man, McCain, bro.
Jesus Christ, what else do they need?
McCain probably happy as shit.
Hell yeah, he got a real legitimate shot.
Yeah, and they're probably gonna start him.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't know. I'm not too familiar with their squad over there. I really don't know. Maybe you're right. All I know is OKC, they're loaded, Brown. They are loaded. Brown, I wanted to talk to you about what people do to you in your life, whether loved ones, friends. I saw this article. I said, I want to read this to Brown, see what his thoughts are. The truth is, everyone is going to hurt you. You just got to find the ones worth suffering for. Bob Marley's quote, I know you like this because that was your man, captures a hard truth about human relationships. Pain, disappointment, and conflict are unavoidable parts of life, regardless of who you love or trust. What defines fulfillment is not avoiding pain, but choosing connections that bring meaning, growth, and resilience through hardship. Psychologists note that emotional bonds are strongest when people accept imperfection rather than idolizing others. Healthy relationships are built on shared values, mutual respect, and the ability to endure challenges together instead of walking away at the first sign of discomfort. Marley's message continues to resonate because it reframes suffering and says selective rather than universal. Not everyone deserves access to your energy, patience, or forgiveness. The goal is discernment, not isolation. That's deep, bro.
Yeah.
So, in other words, expect people to turn their back on you, to hurt you. You just have to pick and choose. All right, who am I going to keep around after this?
Yeah. Well, you know what Bob Marley said? No woman, no cry. He said that shit for a reason, Pop. So,
It is what it is.
Yeah, you're right, though. It's kind of hard, like, we're going through like certain situations with certain people and, especially people you don't expect to do shit. Like, you're so loyal to a person and they do some shit to you and you be like, damn.
You know what's the toughest thing in life, Brown, is to be treated in a way that you wouldn't treat people, to be disrespected, to be backstabbed, and you stay even killed with the rest of the world. Because sometimes that could change you.
Yeah.
And now you catch yourself being evil and rude and angry with other people that don't deserve it. The hardest thing is to stay the same person after you go through a lot.
Yeah, it's true, man. You can't mix one thing that happened to you with everybody else.
Yeah.
There's so many good people in this world,
Absolutely.
man. So it's just like,
And you don't want to
go
burn
through
bridges.
Yeah, you go through a certain situation with let's say a female. You can't treat the rest of them like that. Because, if she chose to do what she chose to do to you or whatever, you might meet the next person that would never.
You can't bring that to the new relationship.
No, you can't. You can't live like that.
Can't live like that.
That's not living.
That happened to me recently where I did business with somebody for a while. And it was great. Brown paid me on time. Communication was good. Great. Then that business, we were done with that. Another business came towards me, and I brought it to him, and he was interested. And all of a sudden, didn't want to pay on time, wasn't answering his phone. And it was odd to me, and I sat back and I was getting frustrated because we signed off, everything was good, and now you're kind of playing games. And then when I would call you, it was kind of jokey, play, and he made a comment. He said, "You're worried about the money too much.
Ooh.
You're doing well. Why are you so worried about the money, bro?"
Ooh.
And it took me out. So I said, "You're counting my pockets. You're looking at me in your mind thinking that I've already made it. So it's okay for you to delay payments. It's okay for you to not answer my calls." It took me out so weird because I was so faithful, so loyal to him. I was doing business like I always do. My word is my bond. And it broke the relationship was, so, it got to the point where it's like, you know what? That's fine.
Yeah.
You go your way, I go my way. I learned my lesson.
That's crazy.
Yo, it's funny. When people think you're up and they think that you got it going on, oh, you know what? I don't have to pay you.
Yeah.
It's weird to me, man. Like I don't get that.
And you know what? It's not about the money. It's about...
There's principles.
It's principles. Yeah,
principles.
That's it.
It is about the money, but the principle is bigger than the money.
Yeah.
Because my reputation is what got me here.
Yeah.
You've been doing business with me. It's been good. I didn't shit on you. I didn't turn on you. And then now all of a sudden... maybe he's looking at it like, wait a minute, he's moving up. Some people sometimes do that.
Yeah.
They'll work with you, but long as you're not better than them. Everybody's cool with you until you're better than them, bro.
Yeah. I mean, it shakes people up.
It does.
It's a thing of fear of people thinking that just because you're trying to do a little better, that you're trying to get away from them. It's not that. You're just trying to level up, man.
Absolutely.
That's
We're
all
all
you're doing.
trying to level up.
That's all you be trying to do is level up.
And I understand that you've been in business for a while. I get it. And you've been doing well. But now you see me, I don't know if I'm catching up. I don't know if I'm passing you. I don't know where you're at financially. But let me tell you something, brother. I'm grinding.
Yeah.
I'm doing everything I can to better me, you, our lives, right? And anybody that's with me is coming along. I'm not doing this just for me. You think I'm going to come up and then leave you? No, it doesn't work that way. That's why, listen, this is why people love Bad Bunny. Because everybody that came up with him is eating right now.
Yeah. I mean, he's
from the beginning.
He's making sure of that.
He's making sure everybody's
from
eating.
his dancers to his musicians.
And I'm sure there's some people that shitted on him, but he kept going.
But you know what? I think when people do shit like that to you, it just motivates you.
It does,
man.
bro.
It really does.
It really does.
It's like I always say, imagine not having haters. Haters are really, really fans. That's why they pay attention to you. That's why they can't stand you, because they're looking in at you. They can't stop looking at your moves.
Right.
That's why they hate on you. Other than that, they wouldn't even think about you.
Yeah, that's something.
You won't even exist.
You know what's funny, right? I was out recently, and someone said, "Aren't you the guy on that podcast?" And I was like, "I don't think that's me." And they said, "No, that's you. That's you." So you get both. You get the recognition, which is cool sometimes, but then you get the other side where we get all the comments, which I get it. That's part of the game. What I don't understand is, how can you be cool with somebody for so long doing business, and out of the blue you just switch up on them? It's kind of weird. I wouldn't do that. Man. I wouldn't do that.
Look at Jay-Z and Dame Dash.
Yeah, ain't that
they were like brothers.
Yeah.
And Jay-Z switched up for some money.
Well, no, it's deeper than that. It's deeper than that. Dame Dash was acting up. He was acting up. I mean,
of course. I mean, they had to separate, but still, I'm just saying, like, how
he could have went about it differently.
Yeah, and they were damn near business partners, brothers. From what I see.
Yeah, I just think
things happen behind the doors that we don't know about. So,
but from my understanding, from what I understand, I don't know the whole story. From what I see, and I believe Dame Dash couldn't go to the rooms that Jay was in.
Yeah.
Listen, when you're dealing with these folks, these wealthy people, they don't want the loud ghetto shit.
Not especially when they trying to invest in you. They ain't putting millions of dollars behind somebody that's probably gonna get locked up or some shit.
Or bringing a group of people.
Yeah.
They looking at your entourage.
Get nervous.
They get nervous. So boy. And he's displayed a lot of violence. There's been plenty of times where he ran down on people and broke jaws and stomped people out. In the corporate world, and when you're dealing with a certain group of people, violence does not mix.
No,
I'm sorry.
Scared,
it is what it is, broski. Brown, Super Bowl prediction. Super Bowl's up, baby.
I'm going for the Seahawks.
Okay.
I got the Seahawks.
Okay.
Not saying that I don't like the Patriots, because to say that you don't like something is like, you don't say it like that.
Yeah.
But I'm going for the Patriots. I'm not betting on the game or nothing.
You went for the Seahawks.
I mean, I'm going
Went
for the Seahawks.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what I'm going for, the
Yeah,
Seahawks, because I want to see them win.
I can't, dude. I ain't gonna lie. I cannot see the Patriots win again, bro. They haven't suffered enough, bro. God, they were there not too long ago. I think that was 5 years ago. I don't know how long ago, but they haven't suffered long enough. They're back in it.
I'm gonna say some funny shit.
I got to give it to the Patriots. Y'all, listen, y'all back in it. Lord have mercy.
I'm gonna say some funny
Say
shit.
some funny shit. Go ahead.
I think the Seahawks is going to win because of the green. Cardi B went on the floor the other day when the Patriots won. She had a green wig on.
She did. Did you see? I did send you the NFL Network had a video on in the beginning of the season. They had all the players, and the two front were the Seahawks quarterback and the Patriots
You sent
quarterback.
that to me, or I sent
I sent that to you. Yo, stop! I sent
talk
it to,
about that.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on, like?
There's always talks about that.
Yeah.
How they always before they
the color
even
scheme. The color scheme.
The color scheme is always the teams that land in the Super Bowl. We talked about how this is rigged, man. I hate to say it, but the sports is rigged.
Yeah.
How much more proof do you need, man?
Well, hopefully the Seahawks win.
I just want it to be a good game.
Yeah.
You got to remember, both of these teams got great defense.
I think it's going to be a good game.
Yeah, what's the score? Prediction.
Seahawks win 23-17.
Yeah, I think something like that. I don't even, maybe not even that high, because I believe that they're going to buckle down. Both of these quarterbacks really don't sling the rock a lot like that. Again, like I said, the defense is going to be on tilt.
Yeah.
I'm going to say something like 2017 Seahawks, hopefully late field goal.
All right.
Late field goal. How many people you think are going to be watching the Super Bowl?
Millions.
All right, let's Google. You say millions. Let's Google last year to see what was the number. Super Bowl ratings. Super Bowl ratings for last year, and see what's the number, and then we'll go, and then we'll compare. Okay. 127 million people watch the Super Bowl. Over and under.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you.
What do you think?
It's going to be over.
Over, yeah.
Over,
I'm going to
over.
say 135. That's my number.
It's going to be up there. It's going to be up there.
You say 140?
Definitely going to be up there. I mean, of course, a lot of people, they're going to tune off because they want to go watch.
Why they want to watch?
They want to watch Kid Rock.
Oh, sorry. So they're going to watch Kid Rock. Okay, that makes sense.
Who has not won a Grammy.
Ever.
Ever. And he's a super weirdo, so I don't care if you ever see it. He was a super weirdo.
Yeah. So I'm going to say 135, all right? Now, the halftime show is usually more. That's crazy. So for the halftime show, I'm going to say $150 is going to watch. Woo! Big numbers. I don't know what was the Michael Jackson numbers. I know it was high.
Yeah, of course, man. We're talking about Michael Jackson, bro. Hopefully this is gonna be something good. I think this halftime show, even though a lot of people hate it and they don't like what's going on, it's gonna pull a lot of people together, like families and stuff like that. I think it's gonna be something good for not only America, but for Puerto Rico and the rest of the world that's gonna be watching as well. Yeah. So it's gonna be good, man. I really have a real good feeling about this.
Think about all the people that don't care about the NFL, because if you actually analyze it, the NFL is all the United States, right? You might have Canada, you might have some people in Mexico. Overall, it is an American sport.
Oh, yeah.
It has grown, because even though when you see they travel to other countries, when the stadiums are packed. Yeah. The stadiums are packed, so people are watching. But I really believe you're going to get so many more people wanting to learn about football, because it is complicated. And I think naturally people say, okay, I can't understand this. I got to figure this out. And so you're going to get most of Latin America watching it, bro. From Texas on down to damn near Argentina, whatever the bottom is, they're going to be watching the Super Bowl.
It's going to be a lot of people watching.
Especially the women, man.
Yeah.
Somebody asked me that. They said,
throwing parties.
they said, one of my boys was like, bro, Eli, explain to me why so many women love Bad Bunny. Well, how do we answer that? What is it about Bad Bunny that women love, man?
I mean, it's his style. He has a lot of, his style, the way he raps, sings, and does. I mean, he
makes them women shake that ass too. That's what that is.
Like, what woman doesn't like a high-end artist. You think about
Yeah,
it.
but it's a different type of love. It looks like, man. These girls are crying.
I mean, he got Michael Jackson status. Like, he's up there with what they was doing with Michael Jackson. They was fainting and all kind of shit.
dying, bro.
They were carrying him the fuck out.
Yeah, that was crazy. I don't know if he's there yet. Is he? Not yet.
I think he's there.
You think he's
I
there?
think he's there. I think Bad Bunny could take almost anybody woman if he want. I'm trying to tell you, that boy up there.
Yeah, he up there.
That's it, boy.
They die. You know what's funny? A lot of the older folks, they say it, because I was just talking to my aunt the other day. She was like, Elia, I'm going to tell you, cuando él salió, a mí no me gustaba él.
Yeah.
She said, I didn't like him at all. She used to say devil worship music.
Yeah.
She couldn't stand him. She said, this album just flipped her.
Yeah. I mean, it did a lot of people, a lot of older people.
Yeah.
He really gained a lot of popularity from this album from people who was just like, no, I ain't trying to hit. And then they say, whoa. That's why every time I told like an older person about him with the new stuff, they'd be like, I ain't trying to hear it. But when you put the music on, all of a sudden they turn their head.
Well, yeah, because it brings back memories.
They say, who's that?
Yeah.
De verdad.
That salsa John, that baile John,
That's
bro.
incredible.
It's amazing. It's amazing, Brown. It's amazing.
He's bringing all that music right back out.
He's bringing it back, and whether you like it or not. And like I said earlier, I was talking about this earlier. When I was younger, I would see a lot of disrespect towards the Latino community with the music, and they used to make fun of it. And my parents would tell me when they got here in the 60s, it was a lot of abuso. You know, people look, and I'm not pointing the fingers because every group that comes to the United States, they go through it, right? They go through the racism. Irish people went through it, Italians. So when, my parents told me when they first came to Philly, it was a lot of stuff they had to go through, man. Bro. And a lot of fights and but me growing up in the 80s and the 90s, you would see things and I would see it turning. I would see it turning. To see it turn to what it is today, man.
Yeah.
God sent. And God bless all the Latinos. God bless all the Latinos. God bless everybody.
Yep.
Right now we're talking about our people. So I'm just super proud. I'm super proud, man.
My people, when they first came to Philly, they was at 18th and Green, which is down the block from 18th and Wallace.
It was hot
and
around
the
there.
Latinos around there, man, they went through a lot.
Yeah.
They went through a lot because they were, what's a Puerto Rican?
Yo, let me tell you a story. I'm from Lawrence and Wingahock in that area. And my dad said, we got there when I was 4 months old. He said that first summer, the white boys firebombed the house on 4th Street, on 4th and Cayuga, because of a Spanish family. And all the guys from 5th and Westmoreland, a gang of dudes came up. I was 4 months old when this happened. And they went to war with them and took over. See, people don't know these stories. And I know there was a story about your family back in the day.
That's what used to happen because they went from Wallace down to Pelthorpe and Dauphin. And they had to go through a lot.
Had to go to war.
They had to go through a lot.
So,
right across Front Street was all the white people.
Yeah.
And they pretty much, you couldn't cross on that side.
Yeah, I heard a lot of stories.
Yeah.
My dad was telling me a lot of the stuff that, and even in South Philly, a lot of racism. So Latinos been through a lot, Puerto Ricans especially when they first came to the United States. And to see the power we have now and the community, I think now what we have to really, really focus on, not to get away from the culture, but let's focus on, education. Let's focus on the museums and arts. Not get away from the music, but math and making sure these kids they're up to par with their reading level. Right now, it's out there. The information's out there. AI is here. I think Latino families have to really push for our children to get ahead, especially with tech and AI and everything that's going on.
There's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on. So let's just not focus on dance. Let's focus on a lot more.
It's good to learn all those different things.
Yeah.
Like I said, especially so you could understand yourself more. It's all about understanding who am I?
Right. And when you go back, bro, and you read a lot of these things, te da un coraje.
Oh, yeah, man.
And you get upset and you say, you know what? I got to be better. The goal is not to fall into the stereotype. Because a lot of times they say, tú eres boricua, then they look at you, they expect you to behave and speak and act a certain way. So the whole idea is to say, okay, let's learn about the history so we could say, okay, this is where we come from. This is where we're at. How can we get better? Right? And we have to compete with the world by, educating our children, reading levels, mathematics, tech, AI, financial literacy. We have to tackle these things, man.
It's like every time I fly into Puerto Rico, if I don't know if you notice, people clap.
Yeah, that's tradition.
Right?
That's tradition.
Tradition. whenever you go to leave Puerto Rico, when I go to leave, I get real emotional because I feel like, man, I feel like I belong here.
Yeah, ain't that something?
Like just it's so powerful that
So real, bro.
Yeah, man, the way people are there and just the culture alone, the food, the beaches, the sight, the smell of it, the sun, and just to know that I'm on an island.
Yeah.
My people are from here.
Yeah.
It makes me emotional.
It's a feeling, and you know, it's funny. The last time I went over there, I stayed at this hotel that's near my family's home. I like staying there. I used to stay there. I didn't stay the last time because I noticed that the people that worked at the hotel were different. So I asked the girl. I just saw that they weren't smiling anymore. They had kind of like a little attitude. So when I went to go get coffee one morning, I said to the girl, "Te puedo una pregunta?" And I started talking to her. I said, "Yo noto que la gente cambiaron mucho aquí." She said, "¿Cómo?" I said, "Es carácter. No es como antes." She said, cuando la gente llegan de afuera, son bien malos.
Bro, bro.
Disrespectful.
Yeah.
At the airport, at the hotels.
Yeah, that's sad.
And that's what I'm trying to say, what I was talking about earlier, that sometimes people treat you a certain way and you carry that.
Yeah.
And this is why I tell...
It's a defense mode.
It puts you in defense mode. And this is why I say, that's why we have to start dominating with our kids, with academics and learning. So... people can look at us just not as entertainers and athletes, but we do have some intellect because we have a lot of bright Puerto Ricans.
Oh, yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? I felt bad because I told her, you know, yo entiendo. She said, a lot of times they come over here and they treat us disrespectful. Yeah. We're tired of it.
Yeah.
And this is what I tell people. If you're going to travel to Puerto Rico, show them respect. Yeah. You're going into their island. You're going to our island. And you're acting like, you know, okay, we're second-class citizens. We're not. Yeah. So if you're going to go... Somebody just got murdered over there recently, a rapper.
Really?
Yeah, they robbed him, which we don't condone violence. But don't think because you're going to Puerto Rico that it's sweet. All right? Wow. You better walk and behave respectfully. Anywhere. That's anywhere. Just happened recently. And rest in peace to that young man, you know? Man. It is what it is.
I didn't even know that. That's crazy.
Yeah, but again... I think that we're headed to the right direction. The one beautiful thing that Bad Bunny's doing, that he's putting so much light that people are going to want to put money into the island, and hopefully people can make more money and be more healthier and live prosperous. That's the whole point. Yeah. That is the whole point. Brown, this is episode 40, baby.
Wow. Whoever thought?
Who would have thought that? You know what? I'm very impressed that a lot of people don't know. We've gone through ups and downs. We don't talk about it, obviously. But we still hanging in there, man. Why are you hanging in there, Brown? Tell me. Why do you keep hanging in there? Man?
Because I got a lot of faith in I believe in this. Man. And like every time I go out anywhere and I run into people, I always tell them what you're doing right now, telling me how you appreciate the show and y'all got good topics and all that is the reason why I still continue to do it. Yeah. It's because of you. Like straight up, it's because of them.
Fans, yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you think about it. Like that's like you becoming an artist and you're drawing and you're painting and nobody's saying that's a good job or anything. Eventually, you're just going to stop.
If it's all hate, you lose confidence.
You lose it.
You lose confidence.
You lose it.
And I always believed that this was going to work because of our personality.
Yeah.
And even though, again, we don't agree with everything because I'm right and you're wrong all the time.
Of course.
But
that's how it always is.
No, I got it out. No, but I always used to sit back and see, wow. We would go out and hang out, and it was a constant laugh and talking. I said, if we put this on air, our authentic selves, it'll work. It'll work. Yep. I just think it's authentic as what I believe. I believe what we got is good. I believe that God put us here for a reason. I believe that we're going to give information out, and we're going to talk about things that's in the community. Mm-hmm. There's going to be shows that we might not because, we're going to give other people chances, but it's all about the community, broski.
And we're going to continue to get good guests on the show and good views and motivate other podcasters as well. That's because we were pretty much motivated by podcasts.
Absolutely,
we looked at podcasts and stuff like that, and hopefully we would motivate other people to go, yo, you know what, these guys got something good going on. I want to try that.
Why not?
Do your thing, man.
The pie is big enough for everybody to get a slice.
Of course, do your thing.
I look at it like, look, it could be your turn.
Of course,
it could be our turn, right? Everybody goes through their motions, so it is what it is, broski. Episode 40.
Yes, sir.
I'm so excited about this, man. In the next few weeks, we got some guests. I don't want to say names. Should I say some names, bro?
Nah. Never say names because, people they say things and they wish bad on it.
Yeah.
Nah. We
No
just gonna
names.
bring them in.
No names.
And when they see it, they see it.
That's it, broski. I appreciate you, man, for coming in. Episode 40,
You
bro.
already know.
And I want to tell the folks, thank you for tuning in. We got way more shows, Lord willing, that's coming on, and we're going to help you decipher life. That's what it's about. A little bit of information, a little bit of laughs, some sports. No bar stories before we go? Nothing?
Nah. I just give a shout out to my peoples. Stay safe out there.
Yes, sir.
It's a wicked world.
Yeah, it's a wicked world, and that snow killed us.
Yeah, that snow was insane, bro.
Frustrated coming in, bro.
No parking.
People driving, no parking. Horrible, Brownski. But it is what it is. Thank you for tuning in. Please subscribe, like, and leave a comment. I'm E, and that's Brown. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time. Peace.